What an effort! What an effort!
In the summertime, I try and
His mouth is white.
In the summertime, I try and run every dog at least twice. We only are going out for about 1.5 miles today, which is not a very long run in the scope of things for these dogs. A regular training outing for us is 40 to 60 miles.
You gods.
However, we cannot run like that in summer. Even on a cold, wet day like this, cold for humans, not cold for dogs. They're built for living in Arctic climates, really cold conditions. And so they would overheat right now if we ran them for that long in the summer. Whoa! Good dogs. Speaking of overheating, we're going to give them a little stop in this puddle to help them cool down a bit. Dogs cool down differently than humans do. When we start getting hot, we sweat we perspire to release body heat. But dogs don't have sweat glands, so instead they release heat through their tongues and the pads of their feet. So, which is a more limited means, which is why standing in cold water is a great way for a dog to cool down rapidly. And so, because, hey, Snickers, don't get off. Wine out, please. Wine out. Good. Because we just can't go for the amount of time we would in the winter, we've got to adjust our training routine. So in the summertime, we swap out the duration of our workouts for the intensity of them. Normally, these dogs are just pulling me on a very small sled that weighs like 40 pounds. This cart, before any of us climbed on board, is almost 800. But so if we're going for a short distance, we're pulling this great load, it'd be like off-season weightlifting or interval training for the dog team. So we focus on a different type of training in the summertime because the dogs just can't run for the amount of time because of the weather. They'd overheat. Line out, please.
They're pulling 800 pounds plus 8 people at whatever, 150 each. At 10 miles an hour.
Quite so much of a Gordian knot. Just imagine when they're all feeling mischievous. So you'll notice the kind of the arrangement of our team right now. This long one down the middle we call the gang line that each dog is attached to, and branching off of it are these called the tug lines. That transfers the pulling power from the dog, the harness, into this cart. Now most of these also wear these short little ones we call necklines that go from the collar of the dog. And those serve the sole purpose of keeping the dogs in a nice orderly fashion when we stop like this. Snickers, our little jumping black dog, along with Jackie here, don't have necklines attached. So if Jackie or Snickers, like she's been doing once, she can come all the way back up here, get wrapped around everybody, and make quite a mess of things. That being said, when I race, when we're running long distances, none of the dogs have necklines. They're all only attached by the backs of their harnesses. And while this does make more of an issue of tangles, it increases the range of the motion of dogs, which allows them to run more naturally around obstacles, which will reduce the possibility of wrist or shoulder injuries. I use the necklines on short runs like this, so you don't have to spend your entire time up here watching me untangle a giant knot of dogs. Clearly they're trying to take off without me, so I better jump back on board.
It only tangles when they stop though, right?
Yeah, they're really good at staying in the nice. And so when you go for 40 miles at a time, when you do stop, they're a little less wound up.
Yeah.
So a big source for tangles is just that 1.5 miles is not enough to get the energy out. Yeah, clearly they're not happy about this rest.
Amazing.
Ready, pups? All right. Jackie switch sides there. Now she wants to be on the left side. Which she can do if she wants. I don't really mind if two dogs are on the same side. When you want to go 1,000 miles, you can't really micromanage. It's all about big picture. So as long as they're willing to share and they're going to get along, I'm willing to let them.
I think there's a book in this. A philosophy book. Leadership.
The book I'm thinking about writing is 101 Uses for a Dog Booty. I'll show you these booties I'm talking about when we head into the tents next, but I think you'll see the versatility of them.
Do they have dogs that they like best to run next to, or
I'm sorry?
do they have like a one dog that they like best to run next to, or?
Well, clearly Blue and Phelps had a few words
Yeah.
earlier, and hence I didn't choose to run them together. Oh, there you go. But the goal here is that every dog can run next to any other dog in any position. They need to be flexible and get along.
Good.
Even if they're not going to be best friends, they need to be cordial co-workers.
This all goes into the book.
I'm sorry?
This all goes into your book.
All right, come on, Abby. Whoa.
No.
Good dogs. Ready? All right. Abby tried to steal a bone out of that dog's circle there. Okay, easily distracted. There are a lot of parallels between an elementary school student and a cop here. Keith. Whoa!
Is it over?
Good dog.
That's it? No. I'm gonna pee on a post.
All right.
Protest.
You guys are welcome to step down off the...
It's really raining now. We're going into one of the tents. I see smoke. That means there's a fire.
We've got the wood stoves on in there to
Awesome.
warm us up a little bit. So we'll start in Town Hall, if you'll follow me over.
Yep.
Alright, get on in, make yourself at home.
Oh, that's nice.
Cool.
See?